So I'm of the firm belief that all things RC are just more fun when they're in FPV. Cars, planes, drones. I haven't done a boat, but that may happen. I don't want to promise anything though.
Why would you want to fly a jet like this, line of sight, when you could fly at FPV? This shit is so f***ing cool. Oh, sorry. Safe for work version.
Telemetry lost.
It's the coolest thing ever. It's, damn it, I keep swearing.
Telemetry lost.
Why would you ever want to fly this line of sight? It doesn't make any sense for me. The future is now, old man.
If I was gonna race RC cars, I would do it like this. Anyway, let me give you a little bit of rundown of this car. I took the base plate of a racing drone and I put a VTX on it, and then I put the camera on it, and I just screwed it into the top of the shell of my racing buggy. And it was all bouncy and wobbly and it didn't work very well. So then what I did is I used some high-end engineering technologies and just zip tied it all till it was stable on the frame. And now it works fine and the video is fine. Okay, FPV car. Damn, this is so cool. So cool. So cool. So cool. Ooh. Oh shit, I goes off a curb. So I think this will be a good opportunity to mention the fact that I recently started an FPV brand. Well, I'm in the beginning phases of it. So the name of this brand is going to be DEATHQUADS. Currently, I have a website, DEATHQUADS.com. The goal is to ultimately try to, build this brand up a little bit, get some recognition behind it, maybe sell some products, get people knowing that it exists to some capacity. So then once that happens, and I feel like I've made enough money on this store, I can then reinvest that money into making solid quality FPV content that I think we're missing here in FPV. And I know Flytribe is doing a little bit of that. I want to kind of take it to another level. And I don't know what that means yet, but that's just where I'm at. That's where my head is. I want to make content that's accessible to people who may potentially be interested in FPV. Maybe people who are into RC cars, RC boats, who may not know about FPV yet, and they may be interested in it. So that's really what it's all about. And also just creating fun content. And you know what happens when you get more people in FPV? You get more innovation, you get more products, you get better products, there's more money. And it would just drive the prices down of that stuff, ultimately, hopefully. Hopefully. Isn't that how capitalism works? I don't know. I fucking hate capitalism, so it doesn't matter. But I'm in it, I live in it, so I gotta abide by the rules, I don't have to like it, but I gotta live in it, 3D printer go brrrr. All right, so right now it's 1:30 in the morning, and for some reason I decided to start a 3D print. Who knows if this is even gonna work. This is the first print that I tried tonight, so f that shit. But yeah, this is gonna be cool, hopefully. If this works out, it's gonna be cool. Based on what I know about things that are cool, this is gonna be cool. We'll see what happens. Cue the the blast beats or something. Look, I did the thing. Oh shit. You know the thing that people do? They're like, oh, I'm doing a vlog. Time to vlog. And then they do that and then something else happens. I don't know if anything else is going to happen after this. I'd prefer to do it this way. All right, so real quick. Ultimately, the plan is to print this boat and then put a camera on it and boat it. What's the propulsion verb for boating? You drive a car, you fly a plane, fly a drone, but you boat a boat. So we're gonna boat this boat FPV style. I was getting water in there because it's like dipping. I gotta put the thing on. It's alright though, I think it works. Vote that there's probably water inside, but I don't know. You never know. I could have done it well. You didn't see, oh, you can kind of see a little bit of it, but like, yeah, there's definitely some water in there. I can't seal it. I'm just gonna buy a boat. Yeah, so I definitely spent way too much time messing around with this boat, printing it, messing up the print, reprinting it, you know, trying to keep water out of it. And ultimately I decided all the time I spent on this, when it's not even really the main feature of this video, I could have just went and bought a boat that works. So I bought this boat. So now a boat that's gonna actually work. It's one of those ready to run type of deals. So it came with a receiver and a radio. But I took the receiver out so I could put my ELRS receiver in it so I could use my Radio Master. All right, so I have a recommendation for manufacturers of RC cars, RC boats, whatever. Start manufacturing or packaging boats that are almost ready to ride. So don't include a receiver and a radio because A, it adds an extra cost that I don't want to pay because I already have a radio. B, I don't want to use your Spectrum bullshit, okay?
Hey, look. Labels blowing up my line and got me missing calls. Told her you ain't gotta hit me till you licking balls. Feel like ZVF, baby, I be cooler than the mink weather. Make a Coke bottle, give me brain till I think better.
All right, so before I do any sort of FPV on this thing, I want to make sure that I can actually drive or boat this thing. I'm gonna boat this thing in the water, and I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't die. Hopefully it doesn't, I don't lose it. This water looks treacherous. You want me to go?
Lapping everybody got me working on my cardio. Party over daddy home, creeping out the caddy comb. Straight from underground, I got these motherfuckers Maddie on. I've been kick pushing on my grind since the pro skate. I don't fuck with niggas, you would figure that I'm pro hate. Chilling in the cut like a scab, ready to peel niggas. You ain't gotta like it, I promise.
So I'm not sure how well you can see, but this setup is janky as f. There's double-sided tape, which I don't know if it's waterproof. Velcro for the battery. Yeah, and hopefully I waterproofed it enough. All right, I'm gonna plug in my jankified setup here. I'll put this in the water so my goggles boot up. Let's pray to the boat gods that there's enough conformal coating on this. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Line of sight versus FPV, I think FPV wins. FPV boating is better than line of sight boating in my opinion. Any RC vehicle is just going to be more fun if you're doing FPV. And now I know there's probably a lot of like old dudes out there who are like, oh, I'm building balsa planes my whole life. I got my balsa plane. I'm gonna go out to the AMA field and I'm gonna watch it spin around in circles for a couple hours. That's fun for me. That's totally fine. I got a rotted out millennial brain from the internet. It's completely destroyed my brain. And so I need constant dopamine. And really FPV is the only thing that kind of, keeps that dopamine, up. Watching a plane fly around in the sky, after a certain point, I need to just swipe up to the next video, you know what I mean? Just like on TikTok. Busted ass millennial brain. Sorry, it's the boomers' fault. They invented the internet.